Carolyn, here to share more channeled message from the Light Keepers, a group of angelic beings I channel for your awakening journey and support. But today, we're not going to be talking about the Light Keepers. I'm doing something very different. I've actually had a number of people want me to show some clips from my Sedona vacation that I recently took. I was there from the 1st and I came home on the 11th. So this is a few days later, I guess 11 days later. But I thought I would put together a short little video and show you some of the hikes I took, some of the main places, clips, and then some really cool metaphysical, paranormal experiences that I had with orbs. I had some other experiences too. I had a lot of knowings that came to me while I was there and hiking. As you all know, I channel readily, so I had a lot of information come together on, I guess what I would say, a story for me that I've had going on for the last 3 years, where the puzzle pieces have been put together with respect to a past life or a number of past lives for me. I'll share a little bit more about that as we move forward. But anyway, today I'm just going to do something different and share some of this with you. And I want to give you a few tips for watching the video here in a second. However, first I want to introduce myself for those of you who aren't familiar with me. I'm Carolyn, I'm a channel, I'm a distance energy healer, and I'm a spiritual awakening mentor, offering these channels typically from the Light Keepers to support you along your awakening and ascension journey. So today's a little different, but you can check out my other videos by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And below, you're going to see in the description box where you can actually get more free content from me. I send out an email each week with a supporting channel from the Light Keepers. So hopefully you'll join me there as well on my email list. All right, so today what we're going to do, I'm just going to give you kind of a little bit of a hint for watching the video as you see. First of all, what I would say to you is if you can watch it on a laptop in, I'll just say, more of a darker room, not with a ton of light. Okay, that's your best way, I think, to see the orb portions of the video. And I'll set that up here for you in a second. We'll come back to that. Okay, so my first part of my video, you're going to see I'm at Cathedral Rock, or I'm actually on a trail to Cathedral Rock. That was an hour and a half in just to get to where I was. It was just beautiful. And then you'll see me at Courthouse and Bell Rock, and those are the ones that are close by together, and actually more in Oak Creek, which is about 5 minutes from actual downtown Sedona. And so I walk through that valley that you'll see there, and I kind of go where nobody else goes. I mean, not in a way where I'm not supposed to, but people just don't take lots of times those off-beaten trails, and I do. So I ended up there facing Bell Rock. You'll see that. And then I think I have another clip in there, and I don't remember the hike, needless to say. And then I will show you the orb videos. And I want to tell you a little bit about this and set this up for you so you can look at this. I have a connection to the Anasazi. I've known that for about 3 or 4 years, but I've never understood it. I was told, you know how we get information, right? I had all this synchronicity. I actually had a woman who didn't even know me tell me, oh, you have a connection to the Anasazi. You're going to rediscover lost knowledge. And I was like, okay. Anyway, needless to say, this is all added up over the years, and it came to fruition here in Sedona, the whole story for me of that connection I have with the Anasazi, which is essentially a past life. All right. Well, while I was there, oh my gosh, it was crazy. You know how things just show up in your awareness as you travel on this journey, and you get synchronicity, and things just come out of nowhere, and all the puzzle pieces get put together. So I ended up actually visiting an ancient Anasazi site. So they were really kind of in my face throughout this period of time that I was in Sedona. Needless to say, they were kind of on my mind. But I never thought of it from the perspective of my past life in total. I just thought, oh, this is kind of cool. And I hadn't even really thought about the bringing through lost knowledge, all of that. Needless to say, one night I was sitting reading and trying to remember what I was looking for, probably what to do the next day. And up popped some information about the Navajo and how in Navajo language, Anasazi means the ancient ones. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because I channel the ancient ones. About 3 years ago, I started channeling the ancient ones. And I didn't know who they were. I actually have channels. I've done some videos, I'm pretty sure, on the ancient ones, at least 1 or 2. And if you look behind me, right here, this beautiful 3-foot dream catcher. I got this in New Mexico, but the point of that is for whatever reason, with this, I use it for my sessions. I turn around and I call in the ancient ones every single time before my sessions, along with some other things that I do. That just happened one day. I didn't even know what I was really doing, right? I didn't know they were connected to the Anasazi. So apparently, Anasazi also means to the Navajo, those who are not like us. Okay, so there's the whole paranormal thing. There's a whole star being situation. I won't go into that, but clearly there's some connection there to star beings that I have had channeled through to me. The Anasazi, the ancient ones, it all came full circle. And I'm not giving you the full-on detail, but I think you get what I'm talking about. So this leads to the orb videos. And this is fascinating because I really wanted to just see the night sky and see the Milky Way. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Sedona is one of the, I think it's internationally recognized dark sky locations in the world. And those are the places where you can just stand there and look up and see every single star under the sun. Under the sun? Under the moon, I guess, right? It was incredible. And I realized how, just even living in Iowa and you think there aren't that many people around, right? There's plenty of light and there's so much of it that we don't see the night sky, even in Iowa, in the U.S., like you do in these places that, the indigenous people just saw all the time across the whole world. So needless to say, I was there to actually really see the Milky Way and the night sky and take that in. And then suddenly I got this wild idea to just take video of the darkness. And what happened in these videos, the ones I'm showing you, you're going to find many more orbs than what I've even identified. And you may find that you'll be able to count a whole bunch of different ones that I didn't even put arrows on, because you're going to see arrows and then the orb's going to come across. Those are the ones I spent time identifying for you. There's also an orb that is totally different than the others, because most of them are flashing by and you're going to see that. There's one that's in the background and it flashes. It does this. I have blown that up. Oh my gosh, it's a perfect circle and it blows up into, almost looks like a cell. But it is also not a flashlight from anybody in the night. There was no one else out there. I was all alone. And that was a little weird in and of itself, right? But needless to say, super dark, all by myself. And this is when they responded. And by the way, if you're wanting to ever call them in, they will respond to you. It's about asking them to come in. This is what I have found in my experience. Ask them to show up, not as circus ponies like I've told you before, like, oh, come on, just make me happy and joyful and come on in and visit me. But I had purpose in this because I called in the ancient ones. I called in the ancient ones because I have a connection to them, right? Oh my gosh, you wait till you see the orbs flying by. It's so fascinating. There's one that does a curly Q and comes up. It's fascinating. There are no bugs there too, by the way. I want you to know this. Those are not bugs. They don't have any bugs in Sedona, or at least at night I noticed there's nothing. And I maybe saw a fly or two in my entire trip there. They just don't have bugs. So these are orbs. I've done this enough to know. The flash in the background you're going to see is very different, though. It's a woo, woo. I thought I had more footage on that, but for whatever reason, I can't find it. So you're going to get a sense of it. I did blow it up. So you might want to have some fun with it and blow that up. And by the way, these were not things I could see with my human eyes as I'm just scanning and looking around. I couldn't see them. All right. We know how that works. The camera picks up things we can't see. So every time this would happen, well, what I would say, you're gonna hear me say in the background, okay, it's your chance now. Because I was alone. Because there had been some people there previously, but they left. But they came to me when I was alone. So I said, okay, it's your chance now. It's your chance now. Show me yourself. And then you might hear me say this. I get chills when spirits are around me. And I all of a sudden got chills, and you'll hear me comment on that. And then when that would happen, an orb would come by often. Or when I would say something, they would respond to me. And you'll see this. It's fascinating. I did not expect to have so many orbs flying through. So that was really fun for me, and it really pulled some pieces together in my journey. And I just wanted to share some of that fun with you. And then lastly, I close out with the Sonoran Desert. I end up going to Brown's Ranch, and if you've not been there before, I would highly recommend it. particularly probably in the spring when everything's flowering. You know, in the fall, it's a whole different look, but it is beautiful. And it's a nice flat walk. I went on some really tough hikes. I spent about 10 days literally hiking. I'm not kidding you. It's like I couldn't stop walking. Probably 5-hour days hiking. And I had bloody toes and feet, and I'd just bind them up and I'd start in the next day. It was kind of like I was a little obsessed. But needless to say, I was in Sedona for the week, and then I spent a few days in the Phoenix area, actually Scottsdale area, and then I came home. So I just wanted to do something a little different for you guys. And by the way, I'm going to make a comment. Many of you have said my hair looks purple. It does. Don't ask me what's going on, because it's not. Okay? I mean, it does. Purple Rain Healing, that's my business, and I apparently have purple on. That is not shining on my hair. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. Well, whatever. It's not purple. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Okay, I found this beautiful spot, probably an hour and a half hikes in, looking at Cathedral Rock in Sedona, where I'm on vacation. And I'm going to hopefully get some clips for you and put them together into a video, and maybe channel some things too while I'm here. Just give you a little bit of a scope of what we've got here. I can't turn all the way around, but behind me is, if any of you are familiar with Sedona, and Bell Rock are behind me. All right, let's see if they can offer us a poem today. Do you see around you what abounds, beauty in a way that even astounds those who wouldn't think it would make a difference, but oh yes, we say. In these days of energy too, all around you swirls in vortexes for you. Take it in and know, we say, you share it now. Through this message today of light and hope for the future too. For as you take this earth energy in, it fills you up and lights you further, we say too. And as you offer it to others, we say, it transfers to them, their selves in memory today. So share what you see far and wide for this beautiful, oh yes, time in humankind. And where you are right now, we say that energy is even more powerful than you can imagine today. So take your time, and know we say too, we will always, yes, be with you on this journey of light and grace for you to become more powerful and share with others at a pace. Okay, I'm at one of the big monuments in Sedona. I came up through that valley right there. It looks like it's incredibly daunting. I've done this before. And you look from below and you think, oh my gosh, there's no way to get up there. And you know what? It's really easy. Anyway, now we've got Bell Rock, which is one of the strongest vortexes, possibly the strongest vortex in Sedona. I don't know my stats fully, but then check this out. Oh my gosh, look how the sun's shining on Cathedral. So these names I mentioned, for those of you not familiar with Sedona, these are some of the primary vortex areas, and I usually just trek out all on my own and find places other people don't, which is why I'm over here, and others are over pretty much sitting at Bell Rock, if you could see. Anyway, needless to say, let's see. Oh, that's Congress. I don't know. Lighting's not real good up for there right now, but let's just swoop right back around, get you another visual, and we'll see if they give us a channel. Oh, the song it sings when the energy flows through the rocks and oh and so and through to you and all around the land, sing and hum with its sound. For as you enter in the way of this beautiful energy, you take it with you in your day to share with all and evermore through the lens that you capture for others to explore. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, there's your little channel. I hope you have enjoyed this. This is one of the most beautiful views, I would have to say. I didn't expect to see Cathedral there. I don't know why. It would make sense. Actually, that's where I was today when I did the first video. So I've done 2 big hikes today. 3-hour one this morning when I was over there. And then, as I said, I came through this valley here, which most people don't do. In fact, I didn't see one other person. And then I kind of went through and I climbed up, and here we are. I hope you've enjoyed these little clips. Look at the moon. Can you see it? Look at that. Look at that view. Wow. Highly recommend coming out here. I tend to like to travel alone when I do these kinds of trips, so I don't know, something about, especially after going through awakening, you're able to take it in more, I guess I would say. I don't know. We think differently after our awakening starts, and particularly as it progresses. Okay, there's where I came from. All right, I'm going to stop. I'll catch up with you later. Come on, everybody. Somebody show me yourself. I know you're here. Come on, show me yourself. Come on. I know you're here. I know you're here. I want you. Show me yourself. Get your chance now. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this justice. I'm now in Scottsdale, but I'm at Brown's Ranch, and I'm just going to tell you, if you want an experience in the Sonoran Desert, where actually is the only place they say you will see the saguaro, I hope I said that right, cactus, which are the tall ones here, I would say to you, come out here. I have done a couple hikes already, and they're very, I mean, you're looking at the ground the whole time, otherwise you're going to trip. And you can't really experience the beauty because you're so focused on the ground. But I'm going to tell you right now, Brown's Ranch in Scottsdale, or outside of Scottsdale, is the place to come if you're in the Phoenix area. I'm doing 4 days here as a short jaunt. But I have to tell you, I don't know. I mean, I love it, anything to do with nature, but I'm just not feeling it. I never do when I'm in Phoenix. The area, there's just something about Sedona that I'm very connected to. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. Because you should add it to your list if you come. Hi. Look at these guys, they're so cool. I love these cactus. Cacti, plural? I don't know. Anyway, hoping I have done this justice and just sharing it with you. I'm not going to do any channeling. It's just, I kind of been taking a break these last few days, so this is probably the last video you'll get in that mix montage that I hope to be doing while I'm here and get it published for you soon. And really also kind of want to have a conversation about how we all might be feeling right now. By the way, these guys are hundreds of years old. When they have arms, that means they're super ancient. I had no idea. So I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it different than you normally maybe do when you watch my other videos. And as always, I'm going to remind you of my services. I would love to work with you. I do spiritual awakening mentoring. I channel through all of my services, distance energy healing, spiritual awakening mentoring, where I work one-on-one with you to help you journey forward in your awakening. And we really make a lot of progress and bring through a lot of information for you. I also do 3 different types of just channeling sessions for you to bring through information. And don't forget, Celeste and I do soul journey sessions where we talk about the entirety of your soul journey. And that is not just this incarnation, it's many multiple past lives, including other planetary existence. And we do tap into that as well. So join us, and we would love to work with you. And check out my services, Purple Rain Healing. And again, I hope you enjoy this video. It's something a little bit different, and I'll see you in the next video.